Hello, my name is Sarah and today we'll be going through the mechanisms of labour. Labour begins with the descent of the fetus into the pelvic inlet of the mother. Each contraction pushes the fetus further down. Ideally, the fetus should be in a longitudinal cephalic, meaning head first presentation, with the head well flexed, chin to chest, in a right or left occipito-anterior position. The sagittal suture of the fetal head lies in the transverse diameter of the pelvis, and the degree of descent is measured by the fetal station, which is described by the relationship between the fetal head and the mother's internal ischial spines. When the fetal head reaches the level of the ischial spines, we call this station 0, and this is referred to as engagement. The second mechanism is flexion, where resistance of the pelvic floor applies pressure to the fetal head, causing it to flex towards the chest, what we call a flexed attitude, optimizing this presenting diameter to fit through, which we call the suboccipito-bregmatic diameter. Then we have internal rotation of the fetal head, which is typically 45 to 90 degrees, so that the occiput at the back of the fetal skull moves from the transverse position to the AP anterior position of the diameter of the pelvis. This positions the occiput under the subpubic arch, and the head begins to crown with each contraction. The next step is extension. As the head passes under the pubic symphysis, typically around station 4+ to 5+, the fetal head extends. The occiput, brows, face, and chin then sweeps past the perineum, emerging out of the vagina. Then we have restitution, which is where the head and the neck realign as they've been misaligned at this point. This occurs with the head rotating 1/8 of a turn to realign with the fetal shoulders internally, as they are still inside the birth canal. Then we have internal rotation of the shoulders simultaneous to another 1/8 rotation of the head externally, like so. The anterior shoulder meets the pelvic floor and rotates to align with the AP diameter of the pelvis. And simultaneously, as you saw, the fetal head rotates that additional 1/8 with its face now facing the mother's inner thigh. Finally, we have lateral flexion. The anterior shoulder slips under the pubic symphysis, followed by the posterior shoulder navigating the curve of Caris. And then we have the rest of the fetal body born via lateral flexion of the spine around the curve of Caris, which is the curved path through the birth canal. And that is the birth of your fetus. Thank you.